I never, never wanna go back to Cali, Cali. That's the theme song for that West Coast trip. What's going on, everybody? This is Erica from That's Baseball Erica, and what a turn of events. The Yankees go into California on an 11-game winning streak. They take on the Oakland A's, who are behind them in the wild card situation, and they beat them the first two games. In game one, which should have been a laugher that turned into a nail biter, but they still won. You know, offense got it going early. Jameson Taillon couldn't hold on, and I have a lot to think of thoughts on Jameson Taillon right now. But Aaron Judge comes up huge. Aaron Judge, huge West Coast trip. Giancarlo Stanton, huge West Coast trip. Got a lot to say about Giancarlo. So yeah, they continue. 12-game winning streak. Then, game after that, laugher. Garrett Cole, our ace, Cy Young, for sure finalist, if not absolutely the Cy Young winner at this moment. Shuts the door. Yankees win 8-1. Offense gets going. You love to see it. This is what the Yankees are supposed to be doing. They're clicking on all cylinders. Nobody could beat them. It's impossible. This offense finally has it. And what happens? Game 3 against the A's, the offense just is flat. Flat. I can't even start to explain. They couldn't score more than 2 runs. They needed to score at least 4. They couldn't even score more than 2. Nestor Cortez comes out there, doesn't have his best stuff. And that's okay, because he's been above expectations of anybody's expectations. But he only gives up 3 runs. The Yankees should be able to overcome 3 runs against the Oakland A's pitching staff, especially their bullpen. And they don't. So, streak is over at 13. What are you going to do? It happens. This is baseball. It's just ebbs and flows of baseball. So you're like, all right, well, we could obviously afford to lose 1. No big deal. Let's just win the series. Nope. Yankees only score 1 run. Jordan Montgomery pitches a hell of a game. Goes 6 innings. Great outing. And the Yankees still lose. Yankees lose 3-1. Can't score 3 runs again. 9 games. For 9 games, they scored more than 5 runs. And now all of a sudden, the offense just died. I don't know if they were just tired. You know, they had a lot of games in a row. And then you're traveling to Cali. Whatever. So now you split the series with the Oakland A's 2-2. And that's all really we asked for, right, as Yankee fans, because you know that the Yankees don't do well in the Coliseum. It's a West Coast trip. They're traveling. Could be exhausting. Baseball is a long sport. It's a grind. So you split the series. No harm, no foul, right? You don't lose any games in the wild card. You don't gain any games in the wild card. Whatever. So then you go, all right, fine. 2-2 series. Now you got Anaheim. You should be able to just tear the ball off the baseball, or tear the leather off the baseball. This should be an easy sweep. It wasn't. You thought it was going to be, because the Yankees offense looked really, really good in that first game against the Angels. Yeah, they just couldn't get it done. Obviously, they kept coming back, and our pitching was just like, nope. So Corey Kluber pitched that game. It's his return start. He looked really good, and then the bottom of the 4th, things imploded. At least the offense kept you in it. Corey Kluber hasn't been pitching, obviously, in a long time, other than his rehab starts, where they only throw for 3 innings maybe. So that makes sense. Bottom of the 4th, he implodes. Shouldn't happen. Juan Lagares turned into like Barry Bonds, just as Tony Kemp turned into Barry Bonds 2 series before. Either way, the Yankees pitching, the bullpen just couldn't hold them. Maybe the bullpen and the pitching was just like, hey, we pitched really well the past 2 games, and you guys didn't do anything for us, so we're just going to stick it to you here. Andrew Heaney comes in as relief for Corey Kluber. I don't know why they would have him pitch to Shohei Ohtani. Andrew Heaney puts the ball on the tee, and Shohei Ohtani destroys balls. That was a weird move for me, but it is what it is. Either way, Giancarlo comes in. Now, my point on Giancarlo Stanton right now is that he has carried the Yankees multiple times during his career with the Yankees, and nobody gives him credit for it. Well, not nobody, but there's a lot of haters. And yes, does he make a lot of money? Yeah, sure. Does he only play, is he he's just a full-time DH? Yeah, but that's not his fault. That's the Yankees, because they're trying to keep him healthy. And honestly, it's kind of worked itself out. Now in this stretch of games that they have to continue to win, he's playing the outfield. When he plays the outfield, he is the hottest hitter on the Yankees, him and Judge right now. And As Yankees fans, we've been dreaming for this. We've been crying and yelling for this. If Judge and Stanton were healthy at the same time, this team would be amazing. And honestly, it didn't really show too much in the West Coast series, but them both being successful in the lineup is pivotal for the Yankee lineup. So Giancarlo Stanton carried the Yankees in 2018 when Aaron Judge went down. The Giancarlo Stanton carried the Yankees in the playoffs last year. And Giancarlo Stanton has had his moments this season where he carries the team. He's the only reason they're winning. Then he goes into a slump. Then he carries the team again. Then he goes into a slump. And now it's like he's sharing that role with Aaron Judge. So you love to see it. Stop hating on Giancarlo Stanton. Can you put some respect on this man's name? You already know what kind of player he is. This is what he's going to do. But when he's on, he is fantastic. And he's a solid, above-average outfielder. So yeah, the Yankees lose the first game against Anaheim. And then you're like, all right, well, at least they'll take the series. They haven't lost a series in forever. Nope. Jameson Taillon looks like hot garbage. He looked really good in the first 3 innings. And deja vu all over again. Bottom of the 4th, implosion. He just can't get it done. He looks like he's just exhausted. So my point on Jameson Taillon is he hadn't pitched in 2+ years. The beginning of the season, they had him on like a 60 pitch limit. So then now they started pushing the envelope a little bit. He's getting more innings in. He looks great, but I think it's starting to catch up to him. When you don't pitch for 2+ years against major league teams, professionals, this is going to happen. You start to feel the grind and the marathon that baseball is. And I think that's really what's happening. Because he looks electric for a bit, and then things just start hanging up there. Things just don't, move the way they're supposed to. He's not able to zip a fastball up and in on batters anymore. They make the adjustments. So maybe they just need to limit his role for a little bit. Maybe do 60 pitches again. Maybe 70. Have Luis Gil follow up. Because Luis Gil is down in the minors again, where he was absolutely dominant up here. Why not have him be a little bit of a long reliever for Jameson Taillon? Because you're going to need Jameson Taillon in the playoffs. If the Yankees make a run in the playoffs, you need him because pitching wins playoffs. You got Gerrit Cole as your ace, who is your Cy Young winner right now. You have maybe Robbie Ray behind him, but if you look at the statistics, Gerrit Cole leads in every category but one. And now we know how that went with Altuve and Aaron Judge, but I think that Gerrit Cole is the obvious AL Cy Young candidate right now. And it showed against Anaheim. So things were looking pretty bland. They lose 4 games in a row after coming off of a 13-game winning streak. It made it seem like a fluke. You didn't know if maybe the Yankees were just getting lucky, like Aaron Judge said. And then Gerrit Cole comes in, and he just dominates. No runs. I think 5 hits. 15 strikeouts. That's what the pitchers are supposed to do against the Anaheim Angels. Because what was happening the 2 games prior to that was, that should have never happened. Gerrit Cole shuts the door on them. What an amazing performance. That's why you pay him so much money. I'm so glad that he's figuring it out because I think that he was struggling a little bit after this whole spider tack conspiracy. And I think all he needed was just to be able to adjust to not using spider tack because he was obviously using it. But he's still a fantastic pitcher. And yeah, that's why you pay him the big bucks. Yes, it's against Anaheim, but that's what you're supposed to do against Anaheim. And the other pitchers were not getting it done. So shout out to Gerrit Cole. But now the Yankees have only a 1.5 game lead up on the Red Sox in the wild card. And they're playing the Orioles, who is the worst team in baseball. But somehow, any team that plays the Yankees wants to play spoiler. They have a chip on their shoulder all of a sudden. And I think this can become a trap. I don't think the Yankees will lose this series. They can't afford to not sweep because the Yankees need home field advantage in the wild card. And yes, there's still a good amount of games left to tell where they're going to end up. But this is 3 games they have to win. And after seeing them against Anaheim, I'm a little concerned. The offense has to get going. Joey Gallo has to figure it out. He has been not good for the Yankees. I love him as a player in the outfield on defense. He has a cannon. He saved, I think, 3 runs already this season with the Yankees. He's great at the plate when it comes to working a walk. But the thing is that he strikes out so much. He's struck out 51 times. He's walked 25. So if I'm a pitcher and I have a 3-2 count on Joey Gallo, I'm not scared to throw it in the zone or a little off out of the zone because it's a 2-1 chance he's going to strike out no matter what. Like, it's becoming very annoying to watch Joey Gallo because even when Stanton struggles and he looks absolutely like awful at the plate, at least when he makes contact, he's hitting the ball hard. The problem with Joey Gallo is he doesn't make contact. And that's getting real old real quick. You throw him anything off the plate and he swings right through. He has such a long swing. It's the same thing that's happening in Cody Bellinger. And now he's grounding out into double plays. So is it the Yankees? Are the Yankees in panic mode and they're trying to adjust his swing? Is Marcus teams just like, all right, now any contact will suffice? All I know is that when Joey Gallo actually gets it going, then the Yankee lineup becomes a little more scary. But right now, when you have him in the 5-hole, nope, I don't think pitchers are scared. I really don't. Oh, you could walk him. There's a chance that you walk him, and he scores a run, but the chance is not very high. He's batting like 136 or something for the Yankees. It's not good. That is not good. Well, anyway, yes, this series is very important. Yankees need to sweep. That's all I will accept, or else I'll have a mental breakdown like I did against the Anaheim Angels because that was grueling. But that's it. We're away from California. They went 3 for 4, which is not awful, I guess, on a West Coast trip. But you want it to be at least 4-3. And now we're in the home stretch. I think being back in the Bronx is going to be key. And having that day off is going to be key. But now they play 20 games in a row. And these are very important games. Every game is a playoff-like game because things are getting tight in the wild card. And there's still 6.5 games back on the Rays. So we'll see what happens. This is the beauty of baseball. You can never predict it, but hopefully it goes into the Yankees' favor. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And as always, let's go Yankees.